The typical security bullshit. You can't get around it. This world is absolutely wicked, and it just continues. It's no fun anymore with technology, pretty much. You get all this insanities of, are you sure you wanna, record your phone and all the clicking game, the clicking nonsense, and all these, insane issues that is around. It's absolutely disgusting. It's a never-ending bullshit game of absolutely insanity. I apparently just got out of the YouTube jail for apparently having some alternative things in the background, which I have to be banned for that. So they gave me another clip in regards to things because yeah, it. I think it was Brian Artist that was running in the background. Apparently, that's absolutely no go because of misinformation and all that bullshit. No free speech, which they, as far as I know, the EU, the Roman EU of Antichrist, is in regards to going to enforce further censorship in 25 of August. So that will be interesting to see. We are, of course, already see censorship has been ongoing for many years, but in these last 3 years, that has been kind of it has some issues in regards of the. See if we can find a sweet spot where it just doesn't jump up and down, but maybe we can. Okay, so anyway, let's get to it, and yeah, but the censorship is absolutely. It'll be interesting to see what is going to happen the 25 of August, where the Roman EU is going to enforce the censorship on a lot of platforms that doesn't want to go along. So you have to wonder if some of the platforms like Gap or something like that is going to be censored and not accessible for the European people. Like RT.com is not accessible for the European people without actually, because we are so much a free, you know, free world, right? Well, so much free, so we have to censor the Russian propaganda and only allow Western propaganda to be pushed, right? So we can't listen to both sides if we want to do that. Because we are so free in the Western world. Also in regards to downloading YouTube videos, there's a censorship on that as well. And first they will go and say, well, this is not a secure place and blah, 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 right? And if you then go around, and this is a thing that they have done since 9/11. After 9/11, they began to do these things in regards to, oh, this site is one of these dangerous sites where you actually might find some information on truth, right? But they don't tell you that. They just say, this is one of those terrifying websites that are very evil and blah blah blah, security bullshit and all that. And if you then try to click you through, force you through that, then sometimes the truth will be told that this has been censored. Like, why didn't they just tell you that in the first place, right? But they don't tell you the truth in the first place. They just want to tell you, well, this is because most people say, oh, it's a dangerous site, I'll have to leave that. But if you actually force your way through that, through the clicking game and all the nonsense and all that, while you need to try to figure that out, if you go through that, you will find out, oh, wait, they actually censored it. It wasn't really because it was a dangerous site or anything. It was because it's just bullshit and liars and deceptions. Anyway, so let's get to the WITRN. I guess WITRN. That depends in regards to the, it's WITRN, whatever WITRN. I guess they can't figure out that there needs to be an E if that's the WITRN. But I guess that anyway. So these are very, very nice. I haven't been able to ruin them yet. Of course, I could probably ruin them if I really, really wanted. But overall, they have actually done a pretty good job in regards of surviving my little things here, and they're working pretty good and all that. Although the last 4.0 and 4.2 update doesn't start up automatically. So what you usually do is like put this. I have like, my solar panels. I put the solar panels one or the other direction. I think there was something in regard to the minus and plus. I think I actually put it this direction. I can't remember. But yeah, let's see here. Yep. So at least at the moment, I'm putting in this direction where the it comes in here, goes out here into the unit. But the thing is, the last versions 4.0 and 4.2 doesn't it doesn't start. They don't start automatically. So that feature apparently is just blown away. It's like, you gotta be kidding me. What about testing the things before releasing it? But that's, again, in these days, wicked bullshit days, no one actually tests things before they actually release it. That's just how it is. In the past, there was some beta testing and all that and checking in regards to things. Two times, two updates, at least two updates. I don't know if there was any 4.1, but as far as I know, it's like 4.0 and 4.2 in regards to updating these and all that. And yeah, so they don't work. I've just tested 4.2 and I had both of them. I have updated both of mine, C4L and C4. One of them is running in regards to my computer because I'm trying to downgrade this one to 3.7, but apparently there's some problems with the computer as well, so didn't want to open programs anymore. So I don't know what's that about, but yeah. Anyway, always issues with technology. But yesterday I made one of them to 3.7 and the other one to 4.2, from both of them 4.0, to check if they had sorted out the issue, but they haven't. So 3.7 worked wonderful. I put them in regards of the solar panels, and I waited for the energy to move through the thing and all that. One of them turned on and the other did not. They still have the issue. It's disgusting that people are. And the forum as well. We have the forum for the English forum, but that's absolutely a bullshit forum. That's the AVHCI forum, which when it's working, it's okay, but apparently it locked me out again, and I have the same absolutely wicked issue of just getting into it. I don't know why there's so many issues. First thing in regards to making an account and all that and getting that to work was a huge issue. Then I just kept logged in. Then I moved from one computer to another and tried to log in. That was a huge, gigantic mess as well, trying to reset my password and all that. Then apparently it's logged me out from that specific computer as well. And I tried to log in again and having lots of issues again. And I can't get into the forum. And I'm sick and tired of misusing my time on other bullshit. The forum is absolutely just, it's just disgusting. And if I'm having issues, I'm sure a lot of other people are having issues. And if a lot of other people are having issues, they're not going to use the forum if it has things like that. So I wanted to write about the 4.0 and 4.2 version inside the forum. It doesn't look like the programmers because they're like Chinese or something like that. They don't seem to follow along in regards to the forum either, in regards of what I'm writing, in regards of issues and all that. So that's kind of sad, but that's just how it is. I pretty much have just written to myself in there. But yeah, I don't know. It gives me a lot of issues in regards of if I write the name here in regards of my username, and that was a way, as far as I recall, there's like one way to do it, and then was other ways to do it, and the other way worked, but I just can't remember, and it's all bullshit, really. You write J God and dividing line poo 666, and then you write the code or the password, right, and then you say log in, and then it says your user group must use mailbox, whatever nonsense. And if it doesn't say that, it says, well, you have 5 tries because apparently it doesn't accept the code. So, and it's just a stall mate thing, and it's sickening and it's very tedious and it's just utter bullshit. I would have liked to update and upload the 3.7 version to people and all that. And last time I had some very, things where I was ready to just, I couldn't do that either. And this is the same time where I'm like, oh, I have some important things to get to the forum in regards to the update, in regards of the 4.0 and 4.2 version, that they're not working in regards of automatically starting up when there's energy in it. You can set it in the menu in regards of how much energy needs to 1 amp, 2 amp, or whatever before it actually automatically starts up. But that doesn't work at all with the new versions 4.0 and 4.2. Doesn't work. Wouldn't why would anyone fix anything, right? Why would anyone actually test anything? And it's just one of these sickening things, of all the nonsense. Although I really like them. Besides that, these devices, but the 3.7 seems to be the last working version for AutoStart. So, and of course, I was trying to now to fix, and then of course there's issues with the computer apparently. I don't know if the hard drive or whatnot or something, but apparently there's some issues with it. So I'm running a check disk at the moment. I don't know if that was the issue or what, but apparently I couldn't open anything on the Windows 7, so that seems to be some issues. Who knows? Maybe there's some issues with the power because I understand that if I like run this one, if I put this in a standard 230-volt thing, it will actually charge the mobile here with a maximum speed pretty much. It's like, is it 14 watts or something? I can't remember, but at least a good amount. But if I put it inside the Blue Yeti, apparently the Blue Yeti's way of 230 volts is not the same quality, and thereby the charger won't charge the device as quickly, half the speed pretty much. So that's an interesting thing. So apparently there's something in regards to quality of energy and all that makes things work differently as well in regards of USB and all that. So that's something to take into consideration as well in regards of USB devices. Apparently some work better than others in regards of the Blue 8230 volts. But there's some in regards of quality. I'm not so sure in regards of how things totally works out, but apparently there clearly is some issues where some things works better and some things doesn't work on one thing but works on the other. Some things works worse or better. Yeah, it's just, yeah. So I don't know if that's the reason why the computer might have some issues in regards to the 12 volts. Not entirely sure. But yeah, it had issues in regards of opening the program for updating. You can also downgrade and you get the settings still and all that. That's pretty wonderful. That's how it should be. And that's pretty nice that it's actually working like that. So you can still downgrade without any issue and still keep your settings and all that. Really wonderful. That's something that, yeah, in this nutty world, we have a lot of bullshit going around. But I would like to have this one fixed down to 3.7 as well and then test it out as well tomorrow and check if it's absolutely correct at 3.7, which seems to be 3.7 seems to be the last working version. So it should also work with this one, downgrading it to 3.7. And again, the features and all that in regards to the updates, there's not really much of a difference anyway. And as far as I recall, there's some features that I don't use anyway. It's just some new modern thing in regards to updating the things to let's see if we can find it here. Updating it to some new modern thing in regards of, let's see if we can find the manual in regards to the update. So it's just some new things, pretty much, that I'm not really going to use anyway. So it's not a biggie. So in regards of updating, it's not really necessary. But let's see if I think this is the notation for the. It's really hard with all the Chinese stuff, Let's see here. Use current voltmeter. Use. Oh, here we go. USB. Okay, it's changing. Apparently, I didn't see the change in the last couple of files in regards to the firmware. No, we have 4.0 and 4.2 is the updates that they have made, and apparently that's a 78th anniversary of Japanese surrender. Okay, whatever. Um, So optimize the problem on rotating screen interference when PD and other protocols are triggered. Okay, so added support for 20 volts, 7 amps, 140 watts PD, added EMAG information. Oh yeah. Well, anyway, so that's the 3.7 is the latest version that works as far as I can see. The 4.0 has added support for different things, added support for PD 3.1 new protocol chip. I don't know if that's the problem that makes it not auto start or something like that, but that could be if they added some 3.1 new protocol chip and all that. That might be the issue where they ruined something that makes something not work. I don't know, but it's not working. And the latest 4.2 update they should have sorted it out at that point, but nope, no. That's pretty much 2 months later, and they didn't fix the issue. So that's still an issue. Again, these updates, what they really push forward and all that is mostly not anything that is highly critical in regards of getting updates and all that. They still work as you know, as long as auto start and all that. But it's really sad to see auto start not. I have tried to write them about things I would like, but of course they're not apparently focusing on that. That's typical. They're focusing on everything else that is the typical programming thing of actually, not actually focusing on what I feel or think is pretty important and could be nice features, which wouldn't be that hard of an issue to actually fix. It shouldn't be that hard to fix, and it shouldn't be anything that broke anything and all that for a programmer to fix and all that. But apparently, they rather want to focus on a lot of other things, clearly, and that's what they're doing. It's nice to see that my reparation on my chair is holding up. I had some issues in regards to repairing the chair I'm weighing too much. But anyway, don't get the 4.0 or the 4.2. Now, if you want to download the 3.7 update, what you do is go down to the download, and you just write 3.7 instead of 4.2 into the link. Well, just, but yeah. So you push the 4.2 link, which also can be a lot of issues in our days of bullshit. Need to copy link address. Apparently, you don't want to make it too easy. And as far as I recall, I just write 3.7 inside .ra, and there we go. It should download it. Yep. So that's the so the file still exists. I would have liked to update or upload the thing to the forum, but I can't log into the forum thing, and I'm sick and tired of misusing my time and trying to log into a forum. You can't. How difficult can it be? Apparently, very very difficult to yeah, fix it. So I can't even help others in regards to that. But besides that, yeah, as we can see here, for example, this one is working. That's the C4. That's the one you should get if you're going to get anything. and it's running 3 points. If we go over here, here we go, and about, there we go, and it should, so apparently a little hard to see. There we go. Should be 3.7. Yep, 3.7. So this one is running 3.7, and that's the last one that apparently worked with AutoStart. So that's the one I would, again, there's not really much of a difference between the updates. It's more like, supporting this and this new thing and that new thing and all that. And really, I don't have much of these new things anyway, so that's not a biggie. At the moment, I'm using one here to run 12 volts for the computer, which again, there might be some some issues with the quality of the. Maybe I could actually check that. There's some quality checks in regards of if there's any problem in regards of the energy. Let's see here. Am I? Can't even. Oh, that's okay. That option is not there when you're running. Something I can't remember what. There was something that when it can't run that feature, and it's apparently not running that feature. So, but anyway, it is. I'm running the computer from the 12-volt USB thing, and at the moment I'm verifying the hard drives. That's going to take some time. It's just annoying that when you just need to do something little small and then you hit into issues, and it's every day, all the way. Forum issues, computer issues. I just did it yesterday without any issues in regards of going down here, right? And all of a sudden it doesn't work. You gotta be kidding me. It's the typical bullshit thing of this insane technical world that where things never works anymore. So if I could just have Windows 2000 like in the good old days, that would be wonderful. I have thought about if one could maybe run a minimal Linux thing and then run Windows 2000 on top of it. I just don't know if that would how good that would work and all that. But that could be a way to actually do it on a newer machine, then have Linux running and then Windows 2000 above it. I know there's a very, very small Linux system that you can install that doesn't really, and you would just need to install what you would need, and then you would run Windows 2000 above it. That could be nice if that could be a possibility, but I haven't tried it out. Then you could still have a low computer in regards of energy and all that, and hack the planet. That's all you tend to do these days. Hack the planet. Try to make things do what you want, and it's just an ever-ending game of bullshit. I haven't heard anything from Michael Root's ministry either, so I'm hoping they are, hoping my emails are not going into the spam. They wrote me in regards to my package. That was another issue, of course, of other naughty nuts. Let's see here. No, that was not it. That was another one. Some more review things, just looking for the email that they sent me, Yep. So let's try to. That's just annoying, But again, censorship, did you get my last minute? So I don't know. It's hard to know if they got my email. The package went backwards because of post crap or mail crap company here in Denmark. That's just absolutely, they're ruining all the infrastructure in Denmark. which it's not only Denmark, of course, that they're ruining the infrastructure. They're doing everything to make this society messed up. So that's pretty much what they have been doing for a long time. In any case, if you're going to update it, don't update it to 4.0 or 4.2 if you want it to be able to auto start. Maximum 3.7. As far as I can see, it could be the, if I just need to think logical or whatever in regards of it, it could be the upgrade for the PSD 3.7 or something like that. That would logical be one of the first places I would look, at least if I was a programmer, in regards of messing up with the auto start. I could be wrong and all that, but that would be the first place where I'm thinking, okay, if they updated something to 3. To support 3.1, a newer standard, they might have made something, they might have done something that made it not work, So, and it's a version 4.0 apparently. First you had to find out which version began when it began to stop to work, right? And then afterwards you figure out that, okay, so what did they do? Well, they added support for MIBPS of QGO20 power bank, added support for private protocol MIPPS of QGO15 power bank, and then they added support for PD 3.1 new protocol chip. Now the last one I would think could have been, that's the three things they did. And they did something that made things not work. And I think the added support for PD 3.1 new protocol chip could absolutely be the thing that is making issues. Whatever the case, it's not working, so don't update these WITRN C4 or C4L to 4.0 or 4.2. Also 4.2, they changed the graphic of something. I'm not sure I like that, but anyway, it's harder to actually see the things on the small little things. But anyway, the good thing is that you can still downgrade without any issues if it actually is working in regards to the computer. Now it takes a lot of time for it to go through all of its things here. 12% at the moment, and it's running. So it's just terrible. Everything is just working, and then all of a sudden something breaks. Or maybe again, it's the quality of the energy. I don't know. It just doesn't, it turns on and all that, so that you wouldn't think there would be any issues. Hopefully it doesn't delete my data or something like that. But again, there's so many issues these days. So it's disgusting. It's just like, you throw your hands up in the air because everything is impossible to fix, apparently. It's just terrible. It's just terrible. I'm just sick and tired of it all. No help from the medical mafia. They are only there to pretty much murder you. There are some things they have done that was good in my life, but mostly they're pretty much, I had a splinter in my eye, a metal splinter in the eye. They got that out at least. That was one of the, where they actually did some good thing. Besides that, they have done a lot of evil bullshit. And that's just sadly how it is. Oh, yeah. Glass in my feet. Can't even do anything about that. Yeah. Apparently, at least one of the, two of them, I guess. It's just incredible. It's a sickening world we live in. Trying to hurt us, make us sick, and get us on their system of absolutely nonsense. And now there seems to be another lockdown. We'll see. Apparently, there's some informations that are going around that talks about things coming around in regards of lockdowns. So yeah, and mask again and all that. Oh yeah. Oh well. Oh, now we have problems again with this. Yeah, I don't get this. This again is one of these things where you're thinking, why didn't they fix this? It's issue after issue. Just give me Windows 2000 where there was no issues, okay? Incredible. Windows 2000, the absolutely best system I ever used. Absolutely best system. There's no system ever that will, that competes with Windows 2000. Windows 2000 was the paradise of computing, and would have been nice if one could actually just buy a one little thing for Windows 2000 where you just maxed it out with the last graphical things and all that, which, in regards of low resources and all that, it was just wonderful. They didn't need to do anything more. They just had to. It was a wonderful system. No spyware, no advertising, no bullshit graphic things and all that. Just to the point where you could, use it and it kept away from what you were doing and all that. No clicking bullshit game and pop-ups and nagging and all that. Just working wonderful. So sick and tired. Anyway, so I'm still trying to. I don't know what. I guess that will take an hour or two or something like that. Apparently, to go through the thing here. So we'll see if it gets through that. I don't know why it wouldn't work in regards to starting files up. If something is broken or if it's in regards to the way of. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I should have tried to fix it into the other one and run it from from that and see if that would have worked better. Yeah. Well, anyway, 3.7, get 3.7 and don't go any further than 3.7. And really, many of these updates doesn't really do much of a difference. But yeah, if you still want the auto start feature, which of course I want, the auto start feature. What's the point if it's not going to start up and lock the things? That's the whole point of it. And then it just stops working all of a sudden. Yeah. So 3.7, get the 3.7. Besides that, they're keeping pretty good. I've been pretty terrible against them in some sense, and they're still holding up. Um, they seem pretty sturdy. Although I would get the C4 and not the C4L. But that was in regards to the C4L should have been able to do more amps than the other one. Although I don't really know about that because they really both of them get pretty hard on the higher. They get hard for sure in regards of going up in amps. But it's possible to run it, on 8 amps and all that. But they do get, they do get hot. So also looking into in regards to some of the other things. Oh well, my brain is just. Well, I wonder if it's still, it still seems to be blinking, but the screen doesn't seem to do much. If anything, I'll just close it down and try to turn it on with other kind of the other kind and just connect it directly and see if that works. Yep, but apparently that's an issue as well in regards of quality of energy. Apparently, when you begin to, then you get into that issue as well. When you begin to use the 230 watts in regards to the Blue Yeti, apparently there's some issues, in regards of the quality of the energy that makes some things that can differentiate things kind of annoying as well. So, one of these issues again where you're thinking, oh, give me a break with the bullshit. But, that's the way it is. Anyway, I guess that's all for me. And, I still, they're pretty good, these little devices. I like them, and I haven't been able to ruin them yet, although I have had the screen closed down when they really get hot and all that. That's the time where I usually just take them away because then, and the screen goes back to working again and all that. But that seems to be a dangerous point in regards of when it begins to do that. Um, so there are some ways to be able to lower the temperature as well in regards to the connectors and all that. But yeah, whatever. I tried different things and all that, and yeah, and some of the USB things are better than others and all that. But I still wanted to further go into that, but yeah, there's too many things. So, and I also need to get my Bluetti print as well. That was actually, oh, now it's doing something on the screen again. Um, yeah, I need to get the new blueprint for the Bluetti so it can actually work again. Would be nice. But yeah, I haven't ordered that. I need to get into in regards of ordering that. There's a lot of things I need to do. Well, I'll have some sun the last 2 days, and it's feeling a little like summer. But yeah, uh, more rain apparently is incoming and all that. So anyway, take care, all of you. I don't think I have more. Just keep away from the last two updates. Um, because there's some issues apparently. So if you want to be able to auto start and all that, to work and all that, just keep away from the 4.0 and the 4.2 version. And yeah, I don't know if I'm going to write more on the forum because I'm sick and tired of using my time trying to get things to work. It's just, you gotta be kidding me. Anyway, may Jehovah be with you, and Yeshua, a most precious pearl, and the spirit of truth be in us all. Amen. It's a wicked world we live in, for sure. Well, at least it didn't complain in regards of battery thing and all that, but it might have, battery being too hot, take it out of the mobile and all that. Yeah, again, gaslighting. Hello, how many mobiles can you take the battery out of the mobile? It's just sickness all around. They just do it on purpose. They just I think it's called gaslighting. They just gaslight us on every single level they can. It's just disgusting. What's the which oh, it's up there. Okay. No. Okay, well, we turn it around and see if that helps. Oh, there we go. But yeah, it's like, they're just totally gaslighting the users. Oh, it's too hot. The battery, it's too hot. Take the battery out of the mobile. Yeah, how many mobiles are you able to take the battery out of? Give me a break. And that's the first mobile that I had that I actually ever complained that said take the battery out. And how many mobiles can you take the battery out? Totally gaslighting. There's so many things not working on this mobile as well. Like, let's try this and see how far it takes before it begins to make nonsense. So this is the usual application that I'm using total command and all that. And I try to go into the forum. I try to contact the company and all that, and they didn't. They didn't. Apparently, they didn't want to solve it. Like, doesn't matter. Buy a new mobile, right? No worries. Just we don't we the last update is from a year ago, and apparently they didn't want to further update on anything on the mobile. I was like, okay, so you have this issue, this issue, this issue, and this issue, but you don't want to fix them. No, just buy a new mobile, right? That's the idea of it all. Don't make anything like work. But anyway, it's not going. Apparently, it's not doing it at the moment. Sometimes it takes a little time, and then it begins to do it. And actually, I could, in regards to put this up here, so it will charge at the full speed, which again is the problem in regards of. And then the battery should become hotter, and then it will tell me, "Oh my, the battery is too hot" and all that. Yep. Well, apparently it's not going to do it at the moment, but you just sit there and use it, and then all of a sudden it will begin to do it, and it's just disgusting. But that's how it is. And so I got censored on the Total Commander forum for, oh, going into conspiracy theories, then blah, blah, blah. You gotta be kidding me. So there's no conspiracy theory in regards of Google attacking, different programs. Oh no, okay. So oh, gotta be kidding me. One of the things that they have ruined is in regards of recording calls. I had working recording calls in the past without any issues. Google didn't like that, so they pretty much ruined that on so many levels. And I can see they have further engaged in ruining one of these applications that was ACR phone. So now you need to, fix that as well. It's not like that it's hard to actually do in regards of getting things to, but Google on purposely are doing criminality against the users and giving them but that's on so many levels, and they always use the excuse of security, of course. It's nothing to do with security. It has something to do with satanic powers in the world that doesn't want us to, you know. Uh, anyway, I should take a break, and apparently this didn't want to. But usually it will jump up with a lot of issues. There's also issues in regards of speaking in the phone, in regards of yeah, it's just incredible. Anyway, take care, all of you. I'm done for now. Apparently, I can live stream again for until I'm also in Facebook jail as well. So there's so much censorship going on these days.